Harrison Smith, a decade plus in purple, should be a future Hall of Famer, in my opinion, future Vikings Ring of Honor inductee, and on a franchise that's had a lot of good safeties throughout the years. Harrison is certainly up there, and he's running it back in purple in 2023. There was jubilation and like doves being released dun, 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 last week when it was reported that Harrison Smith had agreed to take not a restructure. Again, not all pay cuts are restructures, not all restructures are pay cuts, but this is a legitimate pay cut, down from his $14.7 million base down to $8 million plus $2 million in incentives, and we're finally getting some of the full details of the contract as the Vikings are working to stay below the salary cap as they work in contracts from Marcus Davenport, some of the other free agent signings as well. Field Yates, ESPN, go. The Vikings were able to fit Marcus Davenport and his $6.2 million cap hit under the cap yesterday by officially processing safety Harrison Smith's restructured contract. Again, Smith's new deal shaved $7.3 million off his prior cap number, with Minnesota hovering around $2 million in cap space now. So bare bones, back of the envelope math right now. Full details I'm sure will come out on Spot Rack or over the cap here shortly. But basically his base salary was whittled down from $14.7 million down to $8 million plus $2 million in incentives. Now the $2 million in incentives, TBD if they're deemed likely to be earned or not likely to be earned. But either way, if he hits those, they'll be on the 2024 salary cap, and his cap number reduced $7.3 million from 19 and change down to about 11.8, giving the Vikings some cap flexibility. And it is what it is. Like, it is a legit pay cut. And again, not all players take pay cuts. What happens is the player, it's not out of the goodness of their heart. I mean, Harrison is up there in age. It's not like he's 24, right? And what happens is that Harrison and his agent, I'm sure, took a look at the market, and if the Vikings released him, what could they potentially have gotten, and would it have been worth relocating the family? Would have been worth changing teams that you've been a stalwart of for a decade plus? And they decided, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. And so even though, some players see it as disrespect or emasculating when you take a pay cut, some players just see it as the economic reality. And $8 million plus $2 million in incentives may have been the best deal that he could have gotten in the open market, or if he could have gotten more, it wasn't worth the entire changing and uprooting of switching teams. So I respect Harrison Smith. I respect the Vikings for getting this thing done, and all around it seems like a win-win. Harrison stays in purple. I think that he'll thrive in the Brian Flores scheme. I think that this defense gets very interesting and very spicy very quickly, especially when you add a body or two in the draft, and Harrison Smith wants to be a part of that. So big time respect to Harrison Smith and the Vikings for getting this thing done, and I'm sure we'll get the full details from Over the Cap or Spot Rack here very shortly. But your thoughts are thoughts. The preliminary details of Harrison Smith's pay cut as well as cap savings are in. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But to next time, Skol, production value.